Hey guys, just John here. As you know, I usually just talk about MMTLP, but since a lot of what everyone's talking about is tied into our government, our senators and congressmen, and so on and so forth, it does bring up politics. And the bottom line is, I don't know if you guys watched that debate, or if you watched Camilla's interview she did with the no-named ABC reporter. But long story short, her economic plan, let's go over this real quick, just for those of you that didn't catch on to it, okay? Her economic plan, $25,000 off your first house, which means if you bought your house last year or 10 years ago, you don't get nothing. But first-time home buyers will get $25,000 off? No. It's kind of like the college reimbursement program that Biden was trying to do. It's got to get approved, and then it's going to get knocked down by a bunch of judges. It will never happen. You can't just give away free money like that, even though they keep saying they're gonna. And they said they were gonna do that on the college. Getting back 10 or 20 grand for the college. It's the same thing. The 25 grand you're gonna get for your house, you're never gonna see. It's never gonna happen. 50 grand she's gonna give as a tax credit for small businesses. That doesn't help anyone start up a business. Tax credits come on the end after you've already spent the money, which means you still got to borrow the money or get someone to give you the money to open up the business so they can get through that first year. It ain't going to help you get a building to open up your business. It ain't going to do anything. But if you already have people that have money, they'll give it to you, then you get a credit down on the end, which to me sounds more like a benefit to people that are in families that have money, kind of like Camilla's family. Let's see, what was that last point she was making there? Oh, $6,000 tax credit for the child credit. I mean, we do child care credits now. She's saying she's going to get that doubled. Well, she's got to try to get that approved too. And it may happen, but then again, it might happen too if Trump's in. That's not something that, so far, that's her economic plan. That's going to save the country from as huge inflation that we're going through. I mean, think about it for a minute. None of that's going to save nothing. Where Trump's sounds simple, and I'll just go over a little bit of it, even though he's put out much more larger plan. But just his first statement of drill, baby, drill. Guess what? That's going to lower gas prices. That's going to lower transportation prices. That's going to lower food prices. And it's going to lower, everything that involves with gas and transportation, which is 90% of the business that happens in America. And guess what? That's going to pull us right out of the inflationary area, depression, whatever the hell we're being pushed into now, just with that one act. But if you go back and look at his economic plan, you see it's a lot more in depth than that. He's a businessman that knows what he's talking about. And if you don't like the way he talks, oh well. Do you want your family to be a little bit, do you want to bring back some good times for you and your family? You want a little extra cash so you can go on vacation and you can actually fill up your gas tank and drive to that vacation where it ain't, going to bust you? There's just some common sense things going on here. And I'm speaking to my liberal friends as well as my conservative friends. Let's face it, when we pull the curtain back and we vote, nobody knows what you're voting for. And if you're voting for Kamala, I'm not going to call anyone names, but it's just silly. It's silly. Even out of her own mouth, what she's offering us is a joke. And around 4 years ago, all of us were doing better. My investment portfolio was doing better, which kept me happy. And, I was just starting to do YouTube videos at the time when our MMTLP thing happened, which, to be honest with you, I don't think, just to tie that in, those that want to look up MMTLP and see about this illegal U3 halt that's happened, that's been over 600 some odd days now, just trying to bring some awareness to that. That's not going to get resolved until we change the regime, and we get back into that. That whole thing has happened, and it stayed frozen this whole time under Biden's administration. I truly believe that we need to get into a Trump administration for even the idea of some fairness, in our financial market to start happening again. So vote red, vote Republican. You know, not even if you're a Democrat, just do that. Trust me on this year. I mean, most things come out of my mouth, or whether it be investment advice or common sense advice, come to be true. Same thing is, contrary to what you think about Trump, all his promises last time he was running, he met up with all of them. Everyone keeps calling him a liar, so you believe he's a liar because they say he's a liar? He's exaggerated on some things, but you know what? All of his campaign promises he did. All of them. No president's ever done more, percentage-wise, as far as doing campaign promises. So if you're worried about your family's economic future, and you're worried about things that most of us are worried about, and you want to pull together and let's all act as one, well, let's do that by putting Trump in the office. I want my Democrats to vote for him, too. I want to see the red wave that never happened in 2022. And then that's going to be the sign that we're together on this. The economy and no more of these forever wars are probably the most important things that are on the ballot this November 5th. Thank you.